you need. But keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. In accordance to Psalms 57 verses 2, it says, and I cry out to God Most High, to God who fulfills his purpose for me. This is the key in understanding God's purpose for your life. But if you're not in a place to seek, you will not find. You need to continuously be in a place of inquiry. Continuously, don't relent, don't get laid back. Even sometimes when you're feeling a little bit discouraged, or you're feeling a little bit frustrated, or you're feeling a little bit hurt, continue to seek him. Be in that place of inquiry. For God has numbered your days and will fulfill it. If you have your Bible in front of you, please, I'd love you to underline that word, will fulfill, because we serve a God that does not lie, he does not delay, and he does not forsake. When he says it, he'll settle it. If he takes you to it, he will surely take you to it. He said he will fulfill every purpose he has for you. I want somebody to get excited with that word this morning. He will. He's a God. Oh, he promises and he comes through for you. So I don't know if you're excited as I am. I am so excited and I'm so encouraged by that word. That gives me surety. That gives you surety that when your God says it, he will settle it. He said he will. He will fulfill every.
We'll be back with more of this. Welcome back. Glad you're still there. So, why is it important to know your purpose, and why do we want to dedicate a whole week? This is the beginning of a new series, and knowing your purpose gives you strength when you jam difficulties or come across difficulties in your journey through life. Remember that the end of this life is the grave. So, life is actually the journey. The end is the grave. And then after that, you can talk about what happens after that. But that is not the scope of this series. This series is to get you from where you are now to where you need to be. So our question for you this morning is, have you found your purpose? Do you need help to find your purpose? If you have found your purpose, congratulations. Then you're ready for our Wednesday. But don't skip tomorrow, because we'll still be discussing on how to find your purpose. And if you found your purpose, perhaps some of the teachings we're going to have in this next 2 days will help you to verify that you are actually on the right path and that what you have really found is your purpose, not a means to your purpose. And I will explain. You see, sometimes we go to the university, we study a particular course, only to find out in life that that is not what makes us happy, and that's not what gives you joy. To know your purpose in life, part of it is to find out what rests and keys with your. Yeah, like I was saying, to find your purpose, you need to ask yourself what makes you happy, what you get excited, what are you ready to do, even if you are not paid for it. But remember, the fact that you have found your purpose doesn't mean that you have to resign or retire from everything immediately. Sometimes we need to do other things to raise funds, resources, and livelihood before we can get into what we really want to do. Sometimes you really have to do, or you need to do what you have to do to prepare yourself to doing what you want to do. You might have a job you're not happy with, that is okay. But as long as it puts food on your table and can sustain you until that dream you are working towards is ready, do not resign. A lot of people jumpstart the journey of their purpose or their future without thinking of where they are and families and dependents that fall on them. You get frustrated, and sometimes you might have to run back to what you abandoned because you need to survive. So it requires wisdom for you to know how to move from point A, B, and C. So remember, if you have to write it down, sometimes you need to do what you have to do to get ready to do what you want to do. Don't always run away from what you need to do. Younger ones, young people, teenagers especially, want to do what they want to do, even when they live under the authority of their parents who tells them what to do. So once you're under authority, remember you need to do what you have to do, what you are instructed to do. And remember, once you have your vision, put it at the back of your mind. Ask yourself what you can learn from everything you have to do, because some of these things you have to do now will help you to do what you want to do in the future. Ambassador Mandy?
Yeah, I like that. I like when you said that even if you're in your job and you're not getting paid for it. I always believe that there's a difference between being in your job and your work. When you're in your job, you tend to get a little bit frustrated because you don't know what your purpose is in life, and you need to realize that your job is a temporary place that is preparing you for your work. So if you don't get it right from your job, the chances of you understanding the purpose for you going into your workplace, you'll be a little bit baffled and confused. So it's important to maintain that. Sometimes, how do I know? What makes you think, or what makes anybody think that I don't know what my purpose is? Can I quickly give you signs that will make you understand that you're not living and fulfilling your purpose, and then tomorrow aim that purpose? Okay, the first one is when you blatantly live in sin. That is the first point that you know that you're not living God's purpose. Okay, let's start with the obvious here. If you blatantly disobeying the Bible, you're not living in God's purpose, you will certainly experience a sense of aimlessness, in your life. And this one, I think, is pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. I don't think we really need to dabble into it. When you're not living according to God's purpose, it's very straightforward. So we don't really need to spend much time on that. So that is.
Let me just add something. A lot of people, you need to understand that purpose is sometimes is not riches. Sometimes it's not riches.